You know, the NBA is back, but it still feels like we're missing something. I can't quite put my finger on it. Oh right, that's what it was.
Blazers win this! It's Lillard, he got the shot off! Lillard, no! It counts! The Heat win the game! Comes through at the buzzer! A road victory for the...
Since the NBA returned, we've been able to enjoy a number of close games. And on August 4th, we got to enjoy probably the most exciting game ending yet. The Phoenix Suns versus the Los Angeles Clippers was must-watch TV, and today, we're going to cover some key moments and interesting thoughts about the game. Deandre Ayton was injured for the majority of the Suns season, but since the restart, Ayton has looked to be in good condition. What Ayton provides is a much-needed inside presence for the Suns offense. Averaging 19 points and 4 offensive rebounds, Ayton is a go-to option for the Suns. But don't be fooled, Ayton is also capable of shooting from outside now. Already early on in the game, Ayton is getting involved in the offense during mismatches. This was especially important considering the Clippers were missing their primary center, Montrezl Harrell. Against Zubac and JaMychal Green, Ayton is getting easy baskets. Watch this pick and roll during a late game situation. Ayton sets the screen first for Booker to get the ball. Once Booker has possession, Ayton sets another screen on Paul George. It obviously helps that Booker had the hot hand at this point, but you can see that Zubac switches on to Booker while George forgets about Ayton. Noticing this, Ayton rolls over to the paint, calls for the ball, and finishes a beautiful and one over 2 defenders. With DeAndre Ayton back, the Suns could be looking at a few more wins during this restart. The Los Angeles Clippers have great depth actually, but their role players aren't performing in the bubble yet. Players like Landry Shamet, Lou Williams, and Marcus Morris are underperforming during the restart. While it is a drastic change for everyone, the Clippers better hope their players start producing soon. Another major concern for the Clippers is their defense. Paul George and Kawhi Leonard are both excellent defenders, but the Clippers have yet to keep any of their opponents under 100 points during the restart. Their perimeter defense was especially bad this game, allowing the Suns to shoot 17 of 32 from the three-point arc. Like here, George and Leonard both slack off from Booker, leaving him wide open for a three-pointer at the half. Clearly, there was some miscommunication, but this error cost the Clippers 3 valuable points going into the break. With defense being a team effort, the Clippers will need to figure out their defensive schemes to fend off the other title contenders. With the current state of the team, the Clippers could be in big trouble. For now, they'll have to rely on the star power of Paul George and Kawhi Leonard to carry through them the remaining games. It's evident that George and Leonard are crucial to the team's success. George shot 6 of 17 on Tuesday against the Suns, and guess what? The Clippers lost. Both of the LA stars must perform and step up while the role players get into the swing of things. It wouldn't be right to discuss this game without talking about Devin Booker. The star of the show, Booker showed everyone on Tuesday why he deserved to be an all-star. He put up 35 points on 13 of 25 shooting and made 6 of his 9 threes. Booker came out early too, shooting confidently in the first half. Then, in the second half, he really started showing off. Like this three right here. I said something about the Clippers' defense being mediocre earlier, but man, you can't play better defense than Kawhi did right here. Booker isn't just a shooter. He makes some great plays and cuts, like this one here. He sees the trap in the paint and passes it out to Cameron Payne. Again, Lou Williams bites on the fake, which plays into the Clippers' defensive problems, allowing Payne to drive. During this, Booker is waiting patiently on the baseline, knowing the defense will collapse. He goes behind Shamet, makes himself available, and luckily Payne is able to make a beautiful pass underneath. Booker cuts in with no one around him and finishes the easy layup. Of course, how can we talk about this game without discussing the last shot here? Let's break this play down step by step. Firstly, Ricky Rubio drives in and gets trapped. With 7 seconds left, maybe he could have looked for Booker at the top of the arc, but instead he takes a contested floater which bounces out the rim. Then, Zubac gets the rebound. But then Bridges tips the pass to Ayton. This steal right here doesn't get the recognition it deserves in my opinion, because if Bridges doesn't do this, the Suns would have been in big trouble. So, Ayton now finds Rubio, who finds Booker. The Clippers know Booker wants this last shot, so Zubac actually goes over for the double team. Booker sees this, so he fakes right, then goes left. He fakes the shot, sending Leonard in the air, then turns around, and George, who stays disciplined, guesses correctly on the fake and gets a perfect contest. I mean, look how close George gets on this shot. That might have grazed Paul George's fingertips, but it doesn't matter. Booker rises up over George, elevates his shot, and the ball drops in the hoop at the buzzer. The difficulty of this shot is absolutely insane. A turnaround fadeaway jumper in the face of an elite defender like Paul George? Man, I feel real bad for Paul George, especially after... well, you know what I mean. We all know what happened last year. So, the Suns win this game in dramatic fashion thanks to Devin Booker's heroics. With this win, can the Suns make a late playoff push? How are the Clippers going to fix their problems before the playoffs start? Let us know what you think in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn notifications on so you don't miss the latest NBA news. I'll see you on the next video.